we talked to many of the older pioneer residents that would take us down memory lane. They remember when the trolleys would clang down the main street on a warm summer's day on its trips between Irwin and Greensburg. One favorite stop would be at Overt Park. Everyone in Jeannette was familiar with this amusement park and pool. It was the first swimming pool to be an attraction in the amusement park. There was a roller skating rink, a merry-go-round, and high-wired acts. Bands and other fine musical groups were featured as well. It was noted that the famous Three Stooges got their start here. The years of the Depression, 1930 through 1938, finally saw its demise as an amusement park. The pool would remain open for a few more years. Later, due to structural damage, high maintenance, and competition from larger amusement parks like the famous Kennywood Park in nearby Pittsburgh, would cause Overt Park to close forever. When talking to some of the local people about the history of Jeannette, the Fort Pitt Brewery Company would most be remembered in the 1950s and early 60s. Located in the west side of Jeannette, this brewery produced about 300,000 barrels of beer per year. It seems that strikes at the plant would cause the downfall of the Fort Pitt Brewery, and the label was sold to a brewery in Baltimore. Today, the building is privately owned by the Laurel Mold Company and employs people from the Jeannette area. When talking to some of the local people, they had different memories of special times with special people who were well known. Jeannette was proud of a local man, a hero that won the World War II Congressional Medal of Honor in 1944, Major William Shomo, an ace fighter pilot. In action, Major Shomo and his wingman ran into a Japanese twin-engine bomber and 12 escorting fighters. The odds were 13-2. He ordered the attack, shooting down 6 fighters and the bomber. The city of Jeannette is also proud of another local hero, Lieutenant Commander David Carey. He was not only a classmate from 1960, but also a friend. David joined the United States Navy and was assigned to Vietnam. While flying a mission, David was shot down and would live as a prisoner of war for over 5.5 years. Returning after the war to Jeannette in April 1973 at a massive welcome home celebration, he told as a POW for those years that his captors made certain the prisoners knew about the anti-war groups and their activities that were going on in the United States. David quoted, "Their activities did not make it easy for us, but I will defend with my life their right to be involved. If we lose our freedom of speech, we lose our soul."
Racing with
Von Monroe, who grew up in Jeannette, was best remembered as the writer of the alma mater of the Jeannette High School. In 1942, the yearbook was dedicated to Monroe as the most distinguished musician of all the alumni of the Jeannette High School. Later, the famous band leader and vocalist would win millions of fans with his mellow baritone voice. He signed with RCA Victor and cut his two greatest singles, Racing with the Moon and Ghost Riders in the Sky. When it comes to baseball, two names come to mind. James Buster Clarkson, who from Jeannette in his brief career played in the Major League. Two things work against Clarkson during his opportunity. He was past his prime at the age of 36, but the big strike against him was the colored line in the big leagues was not broken until Jackie Robinson joined the Brooklyn Dodgers in 1947. Clarkston's chance came too late. And there was Jimmy Ripple, who began his baseball career with the Jeannette Jays and made a name for himself later in the big leagues. Ripple won a place in the International League's Hall of Fame. Jimmy played in 3 World Series from the New York Giants in 1936 and 37, and for the Cincinnati Reds in 1940. He owned and operated the 12th Street Hotel in West Jeannette. I was lucky as a young boy to have him autograph the baseball. That is one of my prized possessions before he died in 1959. When it came to the game of football, Jeannette would remember the name Mike Ghetto. Mike graduated in 1925 and joined Pitt as a senior tackle. He was on the 1927 undefeated team which went to the Rose Bowl. The famed Notre Dame coach Knute Rockne named Ghetto as the best linesman he saw during the 1928 season. Other names like Bernard Bunny Berzio would be remembered as one of Jeannette High School's linesmen. Later, Bernard would achieve an All-American mention at Carnegie Tech. Dick Hoke, a Jeannette High School graduate who played in the National Football League, enjoyed the longest and the most notable career. Hoke played as a running back for 10 years with the Pittsburgh Steelers and would later remain as a coach.